Lucas, Mom's hospital appointment is over. Her vitals are stable at least. Well, good job. I'll be heading home and getting her bathed. Mom's really become frail. She can't walk without a cane or support, and she's on a catheter too. She can't even bathe by herself anymore. It's unavoidable. Don't speak ill of her. She's trying her best after all. But don't you think it would be better if she moved into a care facility? She's not able to move around freely anyway. Her mind is still sharp and she feels more comfortable at home. We're still within our capacity to provide home care, aren't we? Plus, it's me who's doing all the caregiving, right? You, Lucas, aren't helping at all. I have work to do. I can't be spending time caregiving. We're living in her house. She'd probably prefer having you, Lucas, doing things for her too. Why don't you try caregiving once in a while? No way. Helping Mom with her personal care, bathing her, it's not something her son should do. You're not too old to feel embarrassed. Besides, if I were to get sick, you, Lucas, would be the one who'd have to take care of me. You'd better get used to it in case of emergencies. Then we can put Mom in a care facility. What if she says she doesn't want to go? Then she'd have to figure it out herself. I have work and can't take care of her. How can you say something so cold, so casually, after all she's done for you? Oh, but there will be a day when you really have to do it, Lucas. What? What do you mean? My brother and his wife are coming back from abroad after a long time, so I'm planning to go see them and stay at our parents' house over the weekend next month. You can't just spring that on me. It's not sudden, is it? It's still about a month away. Why do I have to spend my precious days off caregiving? I can't. I'll pass. Even if you say pass, you know I've been caregiving every day, right? Once a year should be okay. I don't care. You should hire a helper or something. All right? I've got permission to go from Mom, so I'll discuss it with her. So you got Mom's permission before mine? I just happened to talk about it when I was in contact with the family. I spent the most time with Mom after all. Lucas, you're hardly ever home, and all you do when you come back is eat and sleep. You never even listen to what I'm saying. I'm tired from work. Who do you think is making it possible for us to eat? I know. I really appreciate you working, but I'm also doing what I need to do at home. I don't want you to think that just because you work outside, you don't have to do anything at home. What's a homemaker like you even talking about? You don't have to say it like that. I'm not coming home today. What? Why? Because I don't want to see your face. You're always whining. It's bothersome. All right then. Wait, Lucas. Where are you saying you're going to stay? Lucas, answer me. Lucas, you said you'd come home early today, right? You still haven't returned yet. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be late. I told you, I have a cold, didn't I? So I'd really like it if you could come home earlier. Could you buy a sports drink on your way home? That's why I said I'll be late. Besides, you could order delivery at this time. Don't rely on me. All right, I'm sorry. I have a fever and I'm feeling a bit fuzzy. I couldn't think straight. Acting sick, huh? Getting a cold is your own doing, isn't it? What? You skipped taking care of Mom and went back to your parents' house. That's why you caught a cold. If this spreads to my mom, it's on you. If my mom, who is weak, catches a cold and it worsens, she might even need to be hospitalized. You're not thinking about that at all, are you? And you're still managing to take care of her. I'm sorry. But if you're worried about my mother-in-law, couldn't you come home a little earlier? I think it's difficult for her when she has to go to the toilet. She's saying she'll try to manage on her own, but... It's your fault for catching a cold. Don't blame your mistake on me. It might be my fault, but... Isn't it okay to cooperate a bit in times like this? Take care of your own mess. Don't ask me for care. When my mother-in-law needed care, Lucas, you said you would help, didn't you? Was that a lie? At that time, Violet was also working part-time, right? Now you've quit, so don't complain. I quit my part-time job because full-time care was needed. Originally, you were the one who asked me to take care of her. She's your mother, isn't she? I don't mind if you don't care about me, but please consider your mother. Enough with the excuses. I don't want to catch a cold when I get home. Sort it out yourself. Violet, I hate to spring this on you, but could you leave soon? Huh? What do you mean? I've decided to divorce you. Actually, I have someone I love. I'm thinking of remarrying her. Huh? What do you mean? That's why I'm divorcing you, because I want to remarry. Do you understand what you're saying? That means you've been having an affair, doesn't it? I haven't had an affair. No misconduct. I plan to start dating her officially after we split up. I don't understand. You probably wouldn't. It's a thing called pure love between me and her. Are you thinking you don't have to pay alimony because there's no misconduct? I've looked into it and it seems it's difficult to claim alimony when there's no misconduct. But, well, that's the case. If having a meal together is considered an affair, it would be unbearable. I wasn't expecting anything from Lucas anymore. I never thought you'd stoop this low. Low? What are you talking about? Doing such selfish things. Don't you think you're the lowest? I've been feeding you for free, just for taking care of Mom, you know. You're like a worn-out rag, becoming more and more of an old lady and losing your charm in the things you say. I'd appreciate if you could thank me for letting you live a comfortable life. I'm done. I now understand that you really don't care about me. I have no regrets. Oh, are you admitting it so easily? At this point, yeah. I thought you'd come crying because you're middle-aged and being divorced. Could it be? Do you think it's lucky to be freed from my mom's care? Don't equate me with your thinking. Well, if you agree to the divorce, that's fine. Anyway, get your stuff together. Make sure you can leave at any time. Violet, you haven't sorted out your stuff yet, have you? I'm moving in next week. What have you been doing all this time? I've mostly packed up my stuff. When I came home this morning, your stuff was still there. Are you sure you didn't see it wrong? No way. Even if you do this, you're still leaving. Because a new wife is coming, you should hurry up and leave. Having me take care of your mother, having an affair during that time, and finally kicking me out. It's a terrible story. You've had it easy while I've been caring for her, haven't you? I'm going to dump my mother into a facility, so thanks for all your hard work until now. Once you, who are so noisy, are gone, I can finally do as I please. Don't hold a grudge just because you've been dumped. Huh? You're the one being dumped. I'll put your stuff together and put it outside. So hurry up and leave. Huh? What are you talking about? I said you're the one being kicked out. Why am I being kicked out? This is my parents' house. Technically, it's your mother's house, but the house has been transferred to my name. The paperwork just went through today, so you're the one leaving. Even if your new wife's stuff arrives, it can't be brought into the house. What the hell? Huh? Why do you own my family home? It was your mother's idea. When I told her about the divorce, she suggested ditching you. Your mother has been very cooperative too. My mother's cooperation? Why is she on your side? Don't you think it's obvious? You didn't care for her at all and were having an affair all along. And you know, your mother was the first one to notice your affair. She told me a few months ago. So I had a private detective look into it. So you knew before I told you? Yes, and you said there was no infidelity, but there was, wasn't there? I have evidence of that too. So I'll be getting alimony. What the hell? If you knew, why didn't you say something right away? I noticed that Lucas's affection for me was gone, but because of our past memories, I couldn't bring myself to divorce you, even though you treated me terribly. There were many times I thought about it, and I was worried about what would happen to your mother after I left. But when I was told about the divorce, I felt liberated. Oh, I don't need this guy in my life. Hold on a second. So you mean to say that my parents' house is now yours, and I'm going to have to pay alimony? That's right. Of course, to your mistress too. I will be receiving it properly from both of you. You contacted my mistress? If you haven't yet, please don't. Sorry, but I've already sent the claim for alimony. Are you panicking because she was still living at home? But it's your fault for having an affair. When did you send it? What were you going to do when you found out? Trying to grab it from the post before their family finds out? But too bad. I just got a call from your mistress's parents. They apologized, and they said they won't let their daughter see you anymore. Huh? Are you serious? They didn't know you were married. That's the worst. Who's the worst? You lied about there being no infidelity, and even greeted her parents. The worst for both me and her parents is you guys. Please, tell her parents that it was a lie. She's a sheltered, well-raised girl. They will never approve of a marriage born out of an affair. A sheltered, well-raised girl wouldn't have an affair, right? Maybe you're being deceived. Our love is pure. Please don't say pure love when you're having an affair. It's too funny. If it was truly pure love, you'd do things in the right order. Violet, I'm truly sorry. I really am sorry for leaving your mother's care with you. I'll properly apologize for everything up until now. So please correct the fact that we're having an affair. I'll pay whatever amount of money you want. You already got the house, and you'll get alimony from both of us. And you'll also get a share of the property. That's more than enough for me. But you're a housewife. What are you going to do from now on? You can't live on just caring for your mother. You'll be better off with a lot of money, won't you? Don't worry about that. I couldn't muster up the courage to get a divorce for a long time, but I've been making plans for the future with your mother. What do you mean, plans for the future? I've also got a caregiving qualification, and I'm planning to gain practical experience through part-time work. We've decided to hire a helper on the days when I work part-time. And besides, you don't have much savings left, do you? I wouldn't expect something I can't get. No, I still have my savings from when I was single. I looked into it the other day, but you've been using a lot since you started dating your current girlfriend, haven't you? You should check your balance. It was less than $1 million. What? You didn't keep track of your own savings? You're an idiot. Violet, please. I'm really sorry. So please forgive me. After putting me through so much, you think you can end it with an apology now that you're cornered? You really are making a fool of me. I'm not. I'm really sorry. Do people who are truly sorry say they're sorry? I wouldn't be able to say anything if I were in your shoes. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It doesn't matter how many times you apologize. We've already divorced, so you should start looking for a new place to live. You know you can't come into the house, right? Violet, please help me. Please don't take away my happiness. Please forgive me. What's the guy who tried to abandon me and my mother-in-law without considering us at all saying? You've pushed us away when we needed help and wanted to rely on you. Who was it that said you should take care of your own mess? After that, my husband repeatedly urged me to let him into the house after he came home, but I never unlocked the door. My husband didn't make a fuss because he was aware of the neighbor's gaze, but as he couldn't take all his belongings at once, they ended up being kept in storage for a while. I've also heard that his relationship with his girlfriend was vehemently opposed by her parents and ended. He wanted to get married regardless of the opposition and kept contacting her, but when he became penniless from the alimony and property distribution, and his parents found out about his affair, his lover's heart seemed to have completely broken. In the end, my husband ended up living in his company's dormitory, and I sent the remaining belongings there. After everything was over, my mother-in-law and I received messages of regret from my husband, but we ignored them and pretended not to see them, because there's no place for him to return to here anymore. Since then, my mother-in-law and I have been leading a fun life together. My mother-in-law was very happy that I was able to break free, and perhaps because I myself became more positive, the atmosphere in our home has become brighter than before. My mother-in-law needs care, but her mind and heart are actually still healthy. To spend as much time as possible with my kind mother-in-law, who has always supported me,